We're going to the track. I got my tools and my tires.
We're back in garage. We're back at it again with the Fiat. We got a little bit of work to do on the Fiat, but we're more concerned about the trailer because gotta get this thing finished because somebody's gonna win this thing. First things first, we mocked it up last time, but we gotta complete the frame. Probably mainly gonna be Josh. Josh has got a lot of work to do and I have to be other places that you'll find out about. After that, we're gonna mount the axle because we have to locate where the wheels are gonna be so we can then figure out what the rest of the trailer is gonna look like, mount the leaf springs and stuff like that. After that, we'll mount the trailer jack so it can kind of sit on its own. It's one of those things that we almost forgot about.
Kind of important.
And after that, we're just gonna plan the storage of it. Where the wheels can sit, how high off the ground they have to be, where should we put the jack and the fuel cell and then the tools and everything else. So let's get started. I'll start with you, but I'm probably just gonna leave you.
Got these bottom tubes all mounted up. Originally, I couldn't go under the axle, so I decided to put a nice little bend right up in here. Then I'll take this tube, stick it on top like so. It's gonna go back like that. I was thinking about using our wonderful old toolbox that came out of, I don't know what truck, maybe it was Scum Truck, I don't even know. But we can't use it because it's way too wide and it's gonna be way too timely to modify that. So I don't know what we're gonna do about a toolbox, but I did get our nice little trailer jack all mounted, and that is where I'm at so far. So I'm gonna keep back at it, see what I can do, make some progress, because there's only so many hours in the day. Now you guys can see why I added that upper tube, because I couldn't add a tube below the axle, so I got it going up and over just to give it that extra support. And then we got our trailer jack mounted, got our axle mounted. Tonight I'm gonna have my buddy machine my wheel spacers because, like I said, we got these suckers. But the only bad thing is it's too small. So we're gonna do that overnight. We're gonna get some wheels on this sucker tomorrow, get it on the ground officially, and then that's when I can confirm that the wheels and the heights are right so I can do the final welding on the mounts for the leaf springs.
Heard the boys were sprucing up some Fiats, so let's check it out. Okay. Oh, dang. That's 100% a trailer, right?
As far as I know.
That is a convertible, and this is a trailer. You put in some work, huh?
We've been putting in some work, that's for sure. Dang. I just narrowed down this axle so we can get the same track width as our Fiat here, 124 Spider.
Oh yeah, it's
so
literally.
So far I got it pretty close.
Yeah, that's literally, wow. Have you ever done this before?
I've never built a trailer before. This is literally my first time.
Ooh, somebody's gonna win this with the car?
Yeah.
I mean, I drove that car the other day. Pretty dope car. These are some meats, man.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty wide.
You guys put some fatties on there.
Wide, yeah. We're not sure yet. We don't know if we want to roll these fenders or if we actually want to do cut off wheel and do some wide body. We don't know yet.
You want me to cut them for you? I got you.
Well, why not?
It doesn't look like these are gonna fit under there. You need to cut them. Let's cut them.
All right.
This is cool though, man. I never even thought about putting a tire trailer on your street track car. Well, I'll let you get back to work. Nice job. This is cool.
Appreciate it, man. It's up on the ground. Man, I'm excited for this. We still have a lot of work to do as far as the storage goes, but hey, this thing's rollable. Like, I wanna test this out, that's for sure. We got all around Toyos, they're all proxies, and then what comes with the trailer are some more Toyos. I think they're the R1Rs.
Racing ones?
Racing ones, Brad.
Racing ones?
So this thing rolls now.
This thing rolls.
Oh wow, even the old guy. Dude, this is light. Like literally light. Wow.
Hold
hold up. I'm pulling an audible. Because you know what? Trailers are cool and all, but you know what's a whole lot cooler? Horsepower, Brad. Isn't that right?
Oh, damn straight.
Isn't that right?
Lot of room.
Right. First things first, we don't need that. But we are installing this all stainless MagnaFlow catback. It's all mandrel bent. Everything fits as it should. What do you call this, Brad? What's that joint called?
Beveled flange.
Brad is a master of joints. Anyway, look, we got some cold rolled stainless tips too. Everything all polished.
All the hangers fit in the factory locations.
Sick. Makes it nice and easy. Now, more importantly, it's gonna sound good.
So this is an exceptionally good exhaust. These are the best sounding. They don't have that raspy eBay sound. You all know that sound. These actually have a great tone to them, like a low growl.
I will say that, like about MagnaFlow stuff, it can make a 4-cylinder actually not sound like garbage.
So, more importantly, what we got to make our and make this thing maybe get a little bit more boost is a 7 PSI internal wastegate from TurboSmart. Look, it even's got our Hoonigan logo on that. Check that out. What? Isn't that special?
Nice. So what's the deal with this?
So the deal with this is it's got a 7 PSI spring in it. Get more boost and hopefully get some more throttle response and more flow. So this piece is completely CNC machine built aluminum. It even has to undo it and change the PSI spring in here. You have like a spanner wrench looking thing to like adjust your coilovers that they provide, TurboSmart provides, that you hook onto here, undo here, this cap comes off. Now I'm pretty sure you gotta stick this in a vise, not clamping it down, but holding it, because when you loosen this up, this thing's gonna fly out with your spring. So if you ever switch it, that's what you're gonna have to do, but it comes with a cool tool that you can swap this out with. And it's just a great build quality. I even use it on my own car as well, on my Mustang.
Sick. So can you actually like change out the spring to get like a heavier spring in that?
You can. On wastegates, they have an internal or an inner and an outer spring. Now to get a specific combo that you want, whether it be 8, 9, 10, 12, whatever PSI you want, TurboSmart has a chart up on their website that will show you what color inner and outer spring to get that certain combination or certain PSI that you want.
Yeah, guys, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So first things first, we gotta get this old exhaust off, right? It shouldn't take these boys too long. I'm not gonna work on it because I really don't feel like getting dirty and I'm gonna operate a camera. What do you think, boys? 30 minutes?
Let's go.
Less?
Something like that. But Zach, you can't be working on nothing. You wanna know why? Because what if something falls on your feet?
My OSHA safety sandals are...
Yeah, OSHA's gonna walk in here and we're gonna get in trouble.
Exactly. So I'm gonna man a camera and be a jabroni back here and just, you know, chillax for a little bit. Let's cut to this time lapse. Damn! It took 9.5 minutes to get this whole thing on, and you welded it.
And we welded it. Because originally, this comes with clamps. Where did they go? I don't know. So I just weld shit. Because it's easier and it's faster. It's gonna suck taking it back off, but I'm not the one gonna be taking it back off, and I know you're not gonna take it back off.
And the clamps, that's for the average user. You know, this is the more professional way, and as you see, this is why we, look at these welds. They're beautiful.
What's next, Josh?
What's next is the internal wastegate by TurboSmart. So we're gonna have to pop the hood, see what we gotta do, how many bolts, how many brackets, how many things we gotta undo.
Just put the damn thing on. Come on, let's go. What do we gotta do to get one of these?
Well, normally I'm used to more of the race car application with an external blow-off valve and wastegate that's really in your face that attached to some V-band clamps.
Jeez, Brad, have a little just...
Brad, this is not Crazy Carts.
Hey,
It's a Fiat.
we take this guy off, and we put the other guy on.
What's gonna make it easier though too, I think if we detach this bracket up here, which looks like it's a couple of 12s. I love how we revved this thing up a bunch, and now we decided to work on it while it's hot. It's a good thing I got these gloves on. These do actually work pretty nice.
Oh, what?
Yeah, check these out.
What? Speaking of which, Brad, how many fingers have you lost?
Just one. That one.
Ah!
It's got a little nail though, so it's kind of like almost came back. I have to say it was under a 63 Impala, so it was well worth it. So I gave it back to America.
Respect. So we've reached the point where, oh, you've installed it. All right, so check it out. We've got a stock Fiat 124 Abarth, however you pronounce that. I am the worst person to be doing that anyway, so don't mind me. Now, we've got our Johnny here with the MagnaFlow exhaust on and the wastegate. let's do a little test to see what each sounds like. All right, Brad, yeah, give it a little start. Rev it up. Okay, you get it. Mr. Josh, I'm gonna jump in. Oh yeah, much deeper. Sounds way less tin canny.
It's got a low growl to it. That is a definite improvement. I'm gonna have to say,
Yeah, like,
cars, that would be the exhaust I choose.
you know what? Honestly, like when we first started it up, I was like, all right, you know, it sounded kind of quiet, right?
For sure.
The side-by-side comparison of each of these is crazy.
This gives it muscle. Like the MagnaFlow, I believe, gives it muscle.
Fulfillment of the area versus like the little guy,
Yeah.
the big old hole.
I mean, that's definitely like, look at all that space you got.
Look at the Hot Boy fitment, like literally off the back where this one is sunk in.
Yeah.
Like that right
Oh,
there.
yeah, just a little, just peeking
Yeah.
out. All right, yeah. So, you know what, today, I think we made a serious improvement. Now, we're gonna have to test this in action, but I don't think we're gonna do that today quite yet. We got a little bit more work to do. So, Josh,
Yes.
what are we gonna see on the next episode?
On the next episode, we got a bunch of goodies that we're gonna add to the trailer, finalize the trailer, but we gotta get that fitment just right with these tires. So we're gonna definitely roll these fenders, because right now the fender is on the tire. This car ain't going nowhere. So we're gonna roll them, get it to fit. We're also gonna do a roll bar, a harness bar, add some Sabelt seat belts, some Sabelt seats. That is so hard to say. Long story short, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get this car safe, track ready, track worthy, track functional. Because that's what we do.
That's correct. So on that note, that's it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it was upside down. That's a wrap!
8mm 5/16, 7/16 and 11, 13mm and ½ inch, 9/16 and 14, 5/8
And 16mm are all butt hair close.